Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another beauty video and another first impressions video on an eyeshadow palette. If you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, you totally should, link is in the description box, you will have already seen that I posted a picture with this palette because I was so excited I couldn't contain myself. And it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. I'm going to go out and say that the Modern Renaissance and the Soft Glam palettes from Anastasia are some of my favorite palettes of life. I love them. When I first saw the pictures of the Norvina palette, much like the Lorac Pro Palette 4, I wasn't that interested in it. The color scheme kind of threw me off a little bit, and so I was like, I'm going to pass. And then I started watching people's videos. A lot of my favorite YouTubers started reviewing the palette and doing looks with the palette and so on and so on. So I decided I wanted this palette. And when I say I watched a lot of videos, I watched a lot of videos. I watched Puffin's wife's videos, Rob Beauty Christie's video, and I decided, okay, you know what? Those are some gorgeous looks. This palette is not it is kind of whimsical and out there, but not as bad as I thought it would be, so I want it. So I ordered it from Anastasia's website, and literally about 10 minutes later, after I had hit the confirm and the order was placed, I saw Samantha Ravindall's video. And she literally shit all over this palette, and I was kind of like, oh no, I just bought this palette. Maybe I should not have done that. But then I started reading the comments from her subscribers, and a lot of them were like, you are just shitting all over this palette before you even opened it. You know, the first thing that she said in her video was, I hate purple shadows, so I'm gonna hate this palette. And so people thought she was being kind of unfairly harsh with the palette. And I thought that the two looks that she did, because she did one that she thought her subscribers would want to see, and then one that she wanted to do with the palette, and I thought both of them came out gorgeous. So I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit better about purchasing the palette, even though Samantha Ravindall didn't like it. I feel okay. I got my palette today, and I was so excited and wanted to delve into it immediately. So I washed off my makeup that I had worn to work and did this look for you guys. This is the outside packaging. It's just like the Soft Glam Modern Renaissance packaging. And then this is the palette here. Before we jump into the eyes, I have Tarte's Party blush on, and the Essence in the Nude highlighter. And then on my lips, all I have is Marc Jacobs Sugar lip gloss on my lips. So let's go ahead and get into the eye look. We are going to start this look off with the pink shade in the palette called Love. It's supposed to be a matte, but I do see a little bit of shimmer, but I think that's just helping it to blend. I love this shade. It is so pretty. And I'm just building that up, obviously doing it on both eyes, just building it up to the intensity that I like. This shade, as I will mention later, does have a little bit of kick up, but if you're careful, you'll be okay. It is a pretty shade, so I'm not mad about the kick up at all. So, like I said, I'm just building this up. I'm just using an M441 from Morphe for this step. After I've got my intensity, I'm going to switch over to a Morphe 433 and the shade Eccentric, which is the orange shade in this palette. Let me just say, I love this one too. It's so pretty, as you can see. It's a bright orange, but it does have like a little bit of warmth, a little bit of brown to it, and it is just gorgeous, and it blends with that Love shade very well. And I'm just taking my brush, doing some patting motions right there on the outer corner, and then dragging it into the crease and blending it out into the crease. And I'm just going to build that up to the intensity that I want as per usual, and blend that in to the crease and packing in the outer corner. Again, just going back over and using very, very light touches to kind of blend those two seamlessly in there. And yeah, this color is so pretty. And once I have all of that together the way I want it, I'm going to take that same brush and pick up the shade Passion. It actually looks cranberry in the palette, but it is definitely a darker purple. And I was very, 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 very happy to see that, because I wasn't sure exactly how a cranberry shade would fit in with the rest of the palette. But as you can see, it's more of a purple, like a burgundy, but more purple burgundy. I was very thrilled. And I love the way that it works well with that orange and with the pink. All goes very, very well together. So pleased. So I'm just building that up, of course, to my desired intensity. And then I'm just going to go back over a little bit with that eccentric shade, just to help blend that passion shade in just a little bit more. Then I'm just taking my initial brush that I used to apply love and just blending everything over. After everything is blended, I'm just going to apply the shade Dazzling to my lid with my finger. I find with these shimmer shades in this palette especially that your finger is your best tool. You get the best pigmentation, the most pigmentation out of these shades. So as I applied this, it is a beautiful, beautiful bronze shade, but I wanted something just a little bit lighter. So I went in with the shade Dreamer again with my finger just to lighten it up just a little bit, and that worked beautifully. These two blend together very, very nicely and create a really pretty shade. After I get those shades down, I'm just going to go back over with my M433 brush just on the edges to blend those darker shades into the lid shade. For the lower lash line, you know I had to go for that Soul shade. Had to do it. I used a Real Technique smudge brush just to apply it underneath the lash line. It is the most beautiful periwinkle blue shadow I have ever seen in my entire life, and it blends like a dream. However, I thought that the top lid was dark compared to my lower lash line, so I added the shade Volatile to my lower lash line as well, which kind of gave Soul a little bit more of a purple hue. And then I put a little bit more of the Soul shade on top just to blend everything all together, just bringing it up to meet that top lash line as well. And then I did one kind of final blend just to make everything nice and smooth and seamless. Now, final thoughts. Let's talk about the palette. I love it. I'm in the majority of folks that are actually loving this palette. I used 7 of the 14 shadows in here, and I had no problem with all of them. Just like anybody else that's done a video on this palette, this shade Love, which is the pink shade, did have a lot of kick up when I put my brush in there, but that doesn't really bother me. If you go in very lightly, you shouldn't have any problem with getting like a whole lot of kick up. If you go like digging in, of course you're going to hit pan very quickly. But if you just tap the brush in, do a little tap of excess, and then go in, you'll be fine. The shimmery shades are beautiful. Everything blended fine. This color Soul is beautiful. This I feel like is going to be the absolute star of this palette. That is my first impressions and first thoughts on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I am going to do a quick post on Instagram. Again, follow me there. Shameless plug. Let me know down below if you guys are going to be getting this palette. If you already have this palette, do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to follow me on all of my social and media platforms. Everything is down in the description box below. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.